Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another My Expertise Online live show. We're all about helping you to create and sell your own online courses for profits. I'm Michael Brook, and welcome to this evening's online live event on Facebook. And you see, well, first of all, let me comment about this hat that I've got on here. You can see that I've got, I know you're not used to seeing me in a baseball cap or a hat of any description, really. But for those of you who saw the warning that I was going live in a little while from the beach, you'll saw that I was on a freezing cold beach well, it wasn't windy. It was just a freezing cold beach. And I had a hat on. And when I came home ready to do the Facebook Live, as promised, when I took my hat off, I actually looked a bit like Ken Dodd, and I thought the best thing that I can do is just stick a hat on and make it a little bit quicker to get ready for you guys to do this Facebook Live. So anyway, enough about that. But if any of you did see that that little warning that I did you see the moon in the sea? There is an absolute full moon. It was as big as I've ever seen. Full moon. Casting reflections into the sea. It looked like the sun, actually. So if you want to go down a little bit further on Facebook and have a look at that, that was quite impressive, and not something that you see all the time, that's for sure. Anyway, in this Facebook Live, I want to start a little series, actually. I want to start a series of Facebook Lives that I'm going to be running over the next 4 Facebook Lives. So in the next 4, and including this one, I want to tackle a bit of an issue that people have about marketing. And people often say to me, well, you know, if once I've created my online course, how do I sell it? And they go on to say, well, you know, how do I sell it and how do I market it? How actually, you know, do I take it to market? And they've heard people talking about funnels, and they've heard people talking about campaigns, and they quite often ask me, what is the best campaign for taking your online course to market? So over the tonight and over the next 3 lives, I want to cover my favorite top 4 course marketing funnels, because there are some, you know, wonderful ways of marketing your online course once you get started. And I'd like to talk you through my top 4 online marketing funnels, and maybe debunk a few myths and make it, you know, help you to realize how simple and easy some of these things are. And it's just a process. It's just a process of marketing your online course. So you probably have been aware of a very simple, let me just switch this here. You will be familiar with a very simple funnel, which is where people have a website with a landing page on there, and somewhere on that landing page or in that website there is a buy button. And this is it is a funnel. You know, people come from a source, which is often social media. So it might be a Facebook link, it might be something on LinkedIn, it might be something on Instagram or Twitter or even YouTube. But the actual source, the lead into the funnel is something on social media, which takes people to a website. There's a landing page on there with a big fat buy button on there that says buy my stuff. You click on that button, it takes you to another page where it collects your details. Once you push connect and submit, then you're in the system and you've got access to that lovely information that you wanted, whether it's information that you're going to buy or whether it's free information. But that is a very simple lead funnel, and people use these lead funnels all the time. But for me, I think things have moved on, and I think we need a little bit more. I think we really do need a little bit more when it comes to marketing our online courses, our hard work, our hard developed online courses, we need to do a little bit more to earn people's respect and to get them to buy our stuff. I really do think so. So over the next 4 nights, I'm going to talk to you about my top 4 online course marketing funnels. And tonight we're going to kick off with a very popular one, which is something that has been made famous by Jeff Walker, really. Jeff Walker is a really cool guy in the United States. And Jeff developed and has become famous for the product launch formula. Now, the product launch formula is something that I've used to launch my online courses for a few years now. The reason why I've used it is because it works. And the reason why it works is it really does add a great deal of value. And that's what you want to be looking for when you think about a sales funnel, when you think about a campaign. That at the heart of that campaign, of course, you want to generate sales, and of course, you want to sell your online course or whatever product it is. But at the heart of that campaign, at the heart of that funnel, there should be value. People going through your marketing funnel should feel that they are getting value. And for me, they should be getting educated. And that's what I think of when I think about a sales funnel, about education. Because for me, education is the best marketing that you can do, full stop. There isn't any better way to win the hearts and minds of your audience than to educate them. And I think that's really important. So getting back to Jeff Walker's product launch formula, or the product launch formula, about twice a year, Jeff Walker launches his launch formula as a course. He actually sells this as a course about twice a year. And there will be a little bit of a launch into it. You know, it'll take time to get there. But eventually you will get access to the product launch formula, and you will be asked to part with somewhere in the region of $2,000 to be able to buy that online product that online course formula. Now, or should I say the product launch formula, to actually give it its proper name. Now, the reason why he can command such a high price for that is because everybody knows that the damn thing works. It really does work. But, you know, it's quite a high price. But the reason why you can command, if any of you saw my video about how you can price your online course, you'll remember that the third step was, you know, you've got a course that tells people what to do. You've got a course that shows people what to do. And then the third step is you've got a course that shows people what to do, but you offer additional support. And that additional support is either additional webinars or group work or coaching sessions. And the reason why Jeff Walker charges so much for his £2,000 product launch formula is because it provides you with support as well. But let's get back to why the product launch formula works so well. Well, what the product launch formula actually is a pre-launch video sequence. So it takes you right up to the point where you can buy the actual course. And before you're asked to buy the course, you are given education in the form of 4 videos. So it's a pre-launch video sequence that are incredibly educational. And then therefore, if they're incredibly educational, they must be adding phenomenal value. So what it constitutes really is a mini course. It's a high value with a high content mini course, and it's free. So what does this do for you? If you go to the trouble of creating 4 videos that are of high value and educates your audience, what does it do for you? Because there's no getting away from it. The product launch formula takes a little bit of work. Well, what it really does initially is it pre-frames you. Now, for those of you that have worked with me before, you know that I believe that there's 3 phases in the marketing funnel, in that you need to pre-frame, you need to indoctrinate, and you need to convert. Well, the pre-launch formula, this product launch formula, will certainly pre-frame you so that people will definitely know who you are. They'll definitely know who you are and what you stand for. So they know exactly what to expect from you. They'll know what product they can expect from you. They'll know the quality they can expect from you. And they will get some idea about your authority and your credibility and your experience in the field. But not only will it do that for you, it will indoctrinate your audience because you are getting them on board. And the other thing is to access your product launch formula, people will have had to experience your stuff already. They've maybe gone through some stuff that was free on social media, and you will have made them an offer, and they will have had to, they've already consumed quite a lot of your stuff, but in order to access the product launch formula, they will have literally had to stick their hand up and say, hey, I'm interested in what you do, and I'm prepared to give you my contact details. So they've been prepared to give you their name, their email address, and preferably their mobile number as well. So these are people that are saying, I am definitely into what you do and I'm on my way to making a purchase. But what they need to do is find out more about you. They need to learn more about the process, need to know more about the product. And so what you're doing is you're giving them a lot of content in the form of these 4 videos. So it grabs their attention. You know, it really does grab their attention, and it also builds rapport, because over the course of a week or 7 days or maybe 10 days, you are actually, you know, communicating with these people in a way that they're deriving value from what you're teaching them. So it definitely builds rapport. And this process, excuse me, this process is probably from the minute they sign up to your product launch formula and they get their first video, this is probably going to take them somewhere in the region of 5 or 7 or 10 days. So on the minute that they sign up for it, they will get the first video, and then a little bit down the line they'll get the next video, etc., etc. So it really does convince your audience of your authority, creates that credibility, and literally indoctrinates them. So it really is a very powerful way of launching your product, your course. So here's just a little example of one of the product launch formulas we've used. So this is a screen grab from the actual page where people go to consume the videos. So they go to a landing page, they give their name, their email address, and I always ask for their mobile number as well. The minute they do that, they get access to this landing page. And on this landing page, as the days go on, when they first sign up, there is a video there in the first slot, and that's video 1. They'll consume that, they'll get that, and they'll get incredible value for it. And that first video is usually setting the scene and giving them some more value. Then 2 days later, maybe they will get the second video, and I usually like to space it out, so there's a couple of days in between. They'll get the second video, and that'll give them some more incredible content, maybe a bit deeper dive or move on through the process. Then on the next video, which might be another 2 days down the line, they'll get video 3, which will be a deeper dive still, or we'll move them on a little bit further. And then 2 days later, they'll get video 4, which will have a little bit more content, but it will actually be a sales video, which will take them to the last point in the marketing thing where you convert them into a customer. And that is literally how a product launch formula works. It is usually, it can be 2 videos, it can be 3 videos, but I found that the 4 video model works a treat, and it takes them from giving their details, sharing their details with you, and it takes them through a sequence of 4 videos. By they get to the 4th video, it's a sales video that asks them go to a landing page where they can actually commit and buy your product. So that is exactly what we're talking about when you hear people talk about the product launch formula. That is it. Now, just going back to the product launch formula, if you were interested in the product launch formula and I am actually going to be teaching you how to do the product launch formula in some detail in the academy. So any of you who are in our academy right now, in the next few days, you're going to be getting a detailed video about how to execute the product launch formula. And that will take you all the way through the product launch formula. It'll include templates, it'll include scripts, it'll include everything that you need for that product launch formula. So any of you that are in the academy right now, you're going to get that. And for those of you that are not yet in the academy, if you need some incentive to join the academy, over the next few weeks in the academy, I'm going to be taking you through some real detail about my top 4 marketing funnels. Now, if you would like to know more about how to create your own online course, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you think about how you can get into your own online course, because let's face it, creating an online course is not for everyone. Not every business is suitable, and not everybody's really geared up to creating an online course. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to take the time to offer you the opportunity to have a 30-minute no obligation call with me. And the purpose of the call is purely to find out more about your business, just so that we can find out if your business is right for an online course. You've maybe already got some ideas about an online course, and I'd like to talk to you about those ideas and maybe help you see how you could make that online course become a reality. And it is just about finding out about you and your business and the ideas that you've got. There is absolutely no obligation behind this course, behind this call, should I say. So please feel free to book in. There will be the details of my online diary below. So you can use my online diary below, and I will actually, there's the link on the screen there, but there will be a link below that you'll be you'll be able to copy, and that takes you straight to my online diary, and you can independently on your own just book yourself a call with me, 30-minute call where we will just build a connection really and talk about your thoughts about what you'd like to do in terms of creating an online course. And as I say, there's no obligation whatsoever. I'd just be interested to find out and maybe save you a lot of time if it's not for you, and maybe encourage you and point in the direction if it is for you. That's all it's about. It's just about building a connection, and we'll spend 30 minutes together and we'll find out if an online course is for you. So thanks so much for taking the time to listen and watch today, because it's, what time is it? It's 7:15 on a Sunday evening. So if you are live watching this, fantastic, and thank you. And of course, if you're not live, you'll be watching it in the recording, which is in the Facebook group, and that's fantastic too. But even if you are on the replay, you can still follow that link and book yourself in to my diary and get yourself a 30-minute call. So thanks very much for taking the time to watch. And if you're on the replay, thanks very much just the same. And I will see you next time when we will be getting into some more detail about another course creation marketing funnel. So see you then, and have a really good evening. Take care.